Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Thunder Thursdays with Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy JD, aka. Hey, don't look at me like that. Uh OTR mic drop. I'm in the building, dressed in all red. You already know why, because I put my finger in the sky. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta follow that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, boy? This your boy Jay, aka Rant J, aka Full Time J, aka Thursday Night J. We back, baby.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Thursday Night Trey. And yes, matter of fact, I think we all deserve a round of applause for that.
Hey, 2 weeks back to back, baby. Hey. First of all, Jay. First of all, Trey is the longest reigning OTR participant on the podcast.
I've been in
Well, first of all,
I've been in
no,
all episodes,
we need,
all episodes.
we ain't doing this, all right? Because he ain't married and he ain't got no kids. That don't count.
I was just about to say, Jay is on a
But I
phenomenal
still have,
streak right now.
I still have a life. Just because I don't have a wife and kids, don't mean I don't got a life.
It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference.
I still be having shit to do. I just playing
But
accordingly.
I was just, hey man, appreciate it, truth. Hey, Trey, you slacking, man. Goddamn, you gotta show the little
My bad,
you know what I'm
damn.
saying, the comments. Damn. But I just want to salute Jay. He is on one phenomenal run right now. He is on the Seth Rollins type run. You already know what this make what a damn month straight, Jay.
Hey, not too much. Not too much.
I'm
Put some spec
just
on my
saying.
name. Put some spec
No,
on
but
my
with
name.
no breaks. A month with no breaks. Like we haven't gotten this since we was in the lab, which I think we're kind of
That's
overdue
true.
for that. But
We're definitely overdue for that.
we're overdue for a lab.
Whew.
But you know, we gonna pin
Is the
that.
room even set up for us
Nah,
to pod
it's
in?
not
Listen,
satisfied. It's not.
look, you see what's in the background, right? There's a reason why I got the filter up on the background.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm the
but see,
same
yeah,
way.
Jay even been stepping in. It's just been episodes with me and Jay. We got like 4 of those.
Yeah. Hey, shit happens. It happens.
Exactly, shit
You
happens.
know.
Enjoy it now, because you already know I'm be in the wind in a little bit. So we'll see how that
We
goes.
know. We know.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Um, oh, JD, Over the Ropes Wrestling viewers. I told Jay something today, and I was like, "Yo, don't be surprised." But I didn't watch AEW last night.
You did it?
What?
I did it, and I feel like it's an
I
episode
said, really?
I should have watched.
I said,
I
really?
forgot
Because
what
I
the fuck
watched
out.
it, and he was like, "Did you really?" And I was like, "No."
Shut.
But yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, shut the fuck.
I
Oh,
was
Jay,
like,
you did
yeah.
not watch AEW.
So I've just been reading up on the results of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I really don't got no AEW stuff today, unfortunately. I know that's
You know
everybody's
what?
favorite topic.
I mean,
It's
I
not like
mean,
you're missing out on anything good anyway. So
I mean,
it
I
really.
like the Hurt Syndicate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we done had 2 weeks of the same thing. Them jumping Swerve and Prince Nana. Like I'm ready for a new member
Them
already.
running up on Nana at his meet and greet was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, it was.
oh na.
But let's get
But
it started,
go
man.
ahead.
We gonna start with this. Cracks in the New Judgment Day. Cracks in the New Judgment Day. Do you see the cracks? Is it gonna break your mama's back?
Is it the real question is it real or is
Realistic
it a
crack.
facade? Is it a facade?
I don't know
Are they
because
just
when you
playing
look
with
at
us?
I don't know because when you look at those extra shots and you see Dom exiting out solo dolo by himself, Jay's been calling this too. You've been calling this. Solo Dom is kind of looking real prophetic right now.
I'm over it.
They just dropped the new T-shirt with him and Liv. That shit's hard too. With the mug shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But so if you noticed when JD and Carlito were playing the WWE 2K, it was the War Raiders versus the Judgment Day, but the participants were Dom and JD, not Finn and
Mm,
JD.
mm,
Mm.
hmm So a
yeah.
little inside baseball for you right there. And then I'm still seeing people ain't gonna let people not letting this up. People still thinking that Liv is really with Finn and all this. And I was like, I'm over
I
People
don't
are
know,
this.
just
but
So you
I saw someone. I actually, what was it? Sports Kita that said that gave value to Trey's theory that AJ Styles could come in there and either take over Judgment Day or steal Finn from Judgment Day.
mm,
Yeah, I think that Finn needs to leave and the because he's still the last little piece of the old original Judgment Day.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that Dom just needs to take it over and run the faction, him and Liv.
Mm.
I think that'd
Jay
be
I
pretty
has
already
dope.
told y'all I'm ready. I'm ready for Judgment Day to be done and over with.
Yeah, I was just about to say Jay has no interest in Judgment Day right now.
I feel like if
No,
they
I'm
do
ready for.
break up, they just gonna Dom, Liv, and Raquel gonna just move as a trio for a little bit.
I mean, I'm fine with that. That I'm fine with. But
Yeah.
the rest of this whole Judgment Day stuff is just it's kind of weak. I'm ready for them to drop the tag titles.
That's happening
I'm just ready for them to yeah. I'm ready for them to just break up.
Mm.
because they ain't defended the titles in like 2 months, 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what they doing, man. They need to figure that shit out. Raw's been, well,
Well,
especially
Priest,
with
I
the
mean
tag
not
teams,
Priest.
that shit's been lacking.
Adam Pierce. Adam Pierce said that he had been giving them time to handle the Damian Priest Rhea Ripley situation, so he wasn't forcing them to defend their titles. But it's been long enough, so now they got to defend them.
Yeah, man. And to like Jay said, damn, I just had it and I lost it. Well, we're gonna move on just like Judgment Day needs to move on.
Hey,
Um,
hey, you really, you. I was about to say you really lost it, huh?
yeah.
I
So
want to
Trey,
tie.
you
I'm gonna tie the War Games talk and the Take Shows talk. We're gonna tie those together. So we'll save
okay?
those for last.
Well,
Um,
since we got 4 subscriber questions, go ahead and hit us with our first subscriber question.
okay. Uh,
Hey, we about to do some little
Yeah.
interludes.
Shout out to Tion for this.
Hmm.
Uh, so I have okay. Here's one question because this leads actually into one of our topics. So they debuted or unveiled the new mid card Women's United States Championship,
Hmm.
and Tion's question is, who is your pick to win that title?
We've
Mm.
already had this discussion today at work. So my pick to win that title is Jade. And the reason why I'm picking Jade is because I'm still going with the theory that in a little bit, Bianca and Jade are going to drop those women's tag team titles. And I think Trey wants Bianca to be the one to turn heel. I keep saying I don't think it's going to happen. Her fan base isn't going to let her turn heel. She, I can't see her going heel right now. Now, if she went heel, to me, she has to go heel and they have to put her with like her husband and the Street Profits, and then
Hmm.
let them all go heel together. That
Hmm.
makes more sense. But her heel
She
solo,
kicks out B Fab.
Hmm.
no, yeah, I don't see it. So I think that it's going to be Jade that goes heel, and I think Jade's going to blame because I think if they drop the tag titles, Bianca's taking the pin. Jade
Hmm.
goes heel. She blames
Hmm.
Bianca for whatever them losing the tag titles, and then they get their match one on one, and then that leads into Jade and the title picture for this because they didn't announce like when this belt. They just announced the belt. They didn't announce like when they're going to have the first champion, all that stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking Royal Rumble is when
Hmm.
this probably happen.
Okay.
So my go to is Jade.
Okay. Trey, you said Bianca or did you
No, I
not
said
say
that
anybody?
Bianca's. I said I didn't say
Oh,
anybody.
okay, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
said
that's right. So,
Bianca
what do you
needs to be
think?
the one to turn heel.
Who do you
So
think?
with with this mid card title, this would be the perfect opportunity to elevate somebody, which is why
Hmm.
Jade would be a good pick. Um, but somebody else, if the belt remains on SmackDown, um, looking at who's currently on the roster for SmackDown, um, I I want to say Naomi because I honestly don't know when the hell she's ever going to get the main title again. I know she's fighting Nia for it, but she's not going to win. I don't believe she's fighting Nia on Friday.
No,
But
definitely
So,
not winning.
and then a dark horse will probably be maybe Candice LeRae because she did win that Speed Championship.
mm,
So they did put a belt on her, but she will be a dark horse. We'll talk about her later on in this episode. But yeah, I would probably say Naomi, even though
okay,
she's a veteran.
I agree with you with Naomi.
Bailey doesn't need it unless you just want to add to her resume.
well,
Yeah,
one of the people
And Tiffany already
that
has the briefcase.
so h- Tiffany's about to have a change, right? I feel like Tiffany Stratton's about to go face soon,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
When a face rises, also rise another heel. Who's to say that Naomi can't be that heel? Because believe it or not,
One of these black girls is turning heel. Damn it!
believe it or
I'm
not,
just
her
waiting on which one.
believe it or not, her glow is starting to lose its sunshine, and
Uh-oh.
um, what I'm seeing is there's not a lot of fan base behind her right now on her face run, right? It really all depends on who she goes against. They have to be a real top heel for her to get the love that she wants. But I feel like she's gonna get tired of being screwed out of stuff and kind of like, New Day type ish where she looks at she looks at Bianca and Jade. She looks at that as being a third wheel. She looks at her being second best to Bailey. She looks at that she
Mm.
can't beat Nia. People are getting the best of her and stuff like that. And then boom, she hits this mean streak. I'm still looking at there's being some kind of turbulence within this, OG and 2.0 bloodline that there's a possibility that there could be a like female interjection within that. That's just a hope, a prayer. But
Ain't there some Tongan twins out there?
hey, there's some
Women.
talking twins out there for sure, for sure.
The
But yeah,
women they could join the new bloodline. That'd be dope.
yeah. So that's just me. I feel like it would be Naomi. I feel like she'll do good with a mid card, and you add in. But they also said with this that they plan on doing a pull up from NXT as well.
I mean, I'd be fine with
If
Naomi.
that's the
I
case,
would take
then it
that.
needs to be Jada Parker. Damn it! If they pulling somebody from NXT,
Nah, my girl Lash
And
Legend.
now
but
Lash
that
gonna be a
goes
tag
with
champion. That's who they need to
Yeah,
drop the belts to.
and
yeah,
that's who I
but
think they're gonna drop the bills to.
that goes with Jay's theory about Royal Rumble around the time that they could introduce who like the winner of the new um US Women's Champion would be around Royal Rumble, and that will exercise that call up from NXT for some of the females.
Yeah,
Hmm.
truth he agrees with Jay. He says Lash. Try to tell you, she ain't gonna get no solo title. Her and Miss Jackson, they gonna be tag champions.
I don't know. Miss Jackson kind of is like the Jade out of the bunch. She kind of is a step behind.
Well, yeah, Lash is definitely the star,
Hmm.
but they're trying to push them both together. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Shout
wait,
out to
see,
Lash. Hi.
so I'm actually starting to come around to Jay's thinking about Tiffany cashing in on Nia at WrestleMania
Mm.
because
Oh, you finally seen the light. You seen the light.
early pre- early prediction because I think I mentioned this before. Early prediction for me is Charlotte winning the Rumble, and she goes on to face Nia, so it's Queen versus Queen, and then that's when we get the Tiffany cash in.
Okay. Not mad at it.
And you could possibly just you could have her cash in on Charlotte because they've talked about wanting to fight each other and they know they like to just give Charlotte titles anyway, so she go that'll be a quick little title reign, 30 seconds, get cashed in on, then beef with Tiffany for like the next 2 months.
And then she'll be
So
Okay.
time world champion.
exactly. So I could definitely I'm starting to come around to Jay's way of thinking because at first I was like, nah, she ain't gonna wait till Mania, but it would make sense if what I said happens and Charlotte comes back at Mania, I mean at the Rumble and wins it, then I could definitely
Hmm.
see Tiffany holding it until then. But
Okay.
any other thoughts on this U.S. Women's Championship? Do we think that they need to see the reaction to this before they decide to do a women's IC title?
Um. So from what I've heard is that we won't get a women's mid card championship until they hit Netflix.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking it
You
won't
talking,
be
you talking
until
about on you
Netflix.
talking
To
about
me,
on Raw?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Until
I
Raw
saw.
hits
I,
Netflix.
the only
Go ahead.
problem before you get, I just hope that they don't do with this women's mid card championship that they just announced that they used to do with the women's tag team champion. With the women's tag team championship. Well,
Hmm.
I guess you could say what they still do with the women's tag team championship. Like you got one woman and she jumps from show to show with this. I
Hmm.
feel like it's not going to be intercontinental in the United States. I feel like it's just going to be just the United States, and it's going to be shared between both brands. I feel like that's what they're about to
Yeah,
do with it.
if they do that, then they have to do that for all titles. Like I hate that. Like, okay, the women's tag team, they should have never split it up. They should have had SmackDown women's tag team, Raw women's tag team. Of course, they're like, we don't have enough tag
Hmm.
teams. That's why they got pushed around. But you got a lot of mid card women, so that needs to stay on its respective brand, and then
Yeah, JD, you breaking up, bro.
they
We're not catching
just
any of
come up.
that.
It doesn't necessarily have to be my bad. Lagging. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
Are you frozen? Yeah, yeah, we can. There you go. There you
Can
yeah,
go.
y'all?
you good now.
Yeah,
Yeah, my bad. But
man. For Christmas, we
you know what I
upgrading
don't
your
mind
wireless.
is that if you do do it again,
I swear the clips just make themselves.
it does. But
It's not an
you know
OTR
what I would,
production without a technical difficulty. This shit is crazy.
you know what I wouldn't mind. Hell, I got freaking two
Well,
kids with damn game systems, and they won't turn them off. But
Better hook up to
for
that
the
Ethernet cord.
for the Intercontinental Championship for the women's, you got so many international women on the roster. Let them compete for it.
Hmm.
I don't mind separating it.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they
okay.
did with the European title. You at first, but
Okay. So, speaking of, because we brought up the Rumble, um, appreciate that subscriber question. We brought up the Rumble, and as a shocker to nobody, John Cena has announced that he will be in the Rumble, which we already knew.
Of course, he's not winning it.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that.
how
So,
long has
all right,
John Cena been wrestling? He's been with WWE 20 what years?
somewhere around there.
However
Since
many
He
years,
'02,
debuted in what?
since like
however
'02.
many however many
Yeah.
years he is with the company, that's the number that he's gonna come into. That he's gonna
Oh,
enter.
that'd be good.
I like that. I like that. I mean, we know he's coming in the high 20s.
Yeah.
This is the thing about John Cena, right? Either he's coming in. in the high 20s or he's coming in at number one.
Yep, it's either
There
or.
there is no in between that, right?
He better
He's
not. He
not
better
going.
not be number 30. He better not be
He's
number
not
I
going
30.
to be
can't
30.
see. No, he's not going to be 30. I can't see a Royal Rumble. I don't think there's ever been a Royal Rumble where John Cena has been under 20, other than that one time when he was number one.
Right.
Like he's never been 16, 17, 18, 10, 11. It's never been none of that. So
Mm,
my prediction, John Cena in the Royal Rumble, I say 26. That's what I think he's coming in at. If he doesn't come in at 26, I'm going with 1 and 26.
Truth says, who eliminates him if you don't think he's going to win it?
Ooh,
Nobody.
Yeah, because I think he's going to win it.
okay. I mean, he probably gonna win
That's,
it. Now that y'all got me
that's
thinking
how
about
he
it, he
gets
probably
his.
gonna win it.
That's how he gets his title shot.
That's how he get. That's how he gets his title shot. Yeah, he's probably gonna win it. If he
That or
doesn't,
yeah, he has to because he was like, there's many pathways for me to get to the title, but I don't. He could win Elimination Chamber. I don't think he will. Uh, but yeah, I got him winning the Rumble. Early prediction. Things
So
could change.
he's entered at one at two Royal Rumbles, 2008 and 2013, and he's won those. And then his worst was 2003, where he was number 9.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 2000. Actually, hold on. Okay, never mind. He finished number ninth. But so 2003, he was number 18. 2004, he was 28. 2005, 25. He actually did come in number 30, and that was 2008. He was number 30.
Yeah, that's when he
Yeah,
came
that
back
was
from
at
injury.
the. Yeah, that
Yep.
was at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. 2010, 19, 11, 22, 13, 19,
Oh, he did come in.
18.
Okay, 19.
Yeah.
Hmm.
2018, 20. And then this would be his first Royal Rumble since 2018.
Sheesh.
John Cena's had a couple gaps where he wasn't in the Royal Rumble, and it wasn't because he was injured; it was because he was champion.
I was gonna say it's because he was champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, and then
I'm, s-
all right, what you about to say, Jay?
I'm just still trying to think of if he didn't win, who would eliminate him? Would it be somebody up and coming to try to get over, or would it be somebody that he's had a rivalry? You know what I mean? Like he's gone up
You got another
against.
subscriber question?
I do. I was just about to go to it. Oh yeah, if it's somebody up and coming, Dom's going to eliminate him. Duh.
Okay,
I'm trying to
okay.
tell you, man. They about to they about to strap the rocket to his back, bro. This a mean ass push is coming. Um. All right, so let's move on to the next subscriber question. This is a quick NXT one. When will Cora Jade turn on Roxanne Perez for the title?
Hmm. Soon,
Like
soon.
they have deadline is the next pay-per-view for NXT. Oh, speaking of NXT, did y'all see Ridge Holland versus Andre Chase? If he beats Andre Chase, Chase U disbands.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Well, thank God. I don't really care for Chase U anyway, so I'm cool with
JD
that.
look
That's
like he a
definitely
member
gonna
of
happen.
Chase U. He look like a member of Chase U. Look at him. Got the red and the white.
Chase U is there. Chase U is there. Yeah.
But yeah, the team of Roxanne and Cora. See, it's always funny when you have a champion and then they have a sidekick or a best friend, because eventually they're gonna the friend is gonna win some kind of match to become a number one contender, or it's just gonna start they're gonna start treating the friend bad. It's how it always happens. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Well,
I
then
like
with
that.
well, we
I
see it
like
right
that
now.
little.
huh?
No, I'm just
No,
saying
I
when
was
we
gonna
talk
say I like
about
that
like the way
rendition
that
that
they
they
turn.
did.
Oh, when she kicked Robert Stone.
Yeah, and they did the rendition of DX when Shawn Michaels, when Triple H was trying to get Shawn Michaels to wrestle again, and he was a
when
chef. And he was like,
when he
"Look,
kicked
I
Stan.
just kicked Steve." Yeah,
Steve.
Stan. That's what it was. I thought it was
Stan,
Steve.
yeah,
It
Stan.
was Steve.
Was it? I can't remember.
I think it was. It might have been Stan or Steve. We know it was with an S.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely see it turning pretty soon. That was a quick one. Let's move on. There's other question. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. How long is it going to be before Kofi and Woods have their match against each other?
I still don't know what's going. Like the way that this storyline is going is starting to annoy me. It's starting to aggravate me. Uh, they're not going to officially break up until Big E shows up and tries to mend them back together, and then that's when they're going to break up. Right?
Did I
Yeah,
We
because
have
miss
to
the
get
celebration, the 10-year celebration that they were supposed to have? Did I
they
miss
didn't
that?
have one. They didn't have one.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I mean, that's to me, that's the way that I feel. That's the way I feel like this is going, right? Because if they were going to break up, then Xavier would have turned on them already. So they're building up this whole animosity thing and all this other kind of stuff between Xavier and Kofi, and then it's going to come to a point where the argument is going to start getting really, really bad, and then Big E,
Well,
that's when he's
they
going to
pushed
make
each
his
other.
return
They
back.
pushed each other on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. So Big E's going to make his return back, not in ring, but his return back, and then he's going to try to pull them back together, and then it's going to fall apart at whatever next match they have. So it's coming soon. I say it's going to be with. It's probably going to be on the Raw once they go on Netflix. Is when I say.
Because they're right now they're making Kofi seem like the bad guy, right? And so they're doing
Yeah.
this back and
No,
forth. Now they're making Kofi
not
seem like the
really.
aggressor, the
Nah,
aggressor.
they got Woods
No,
gaslighting Woods gaslighting the fuck out of Kofi.
Yeah,
yeah, like Kofi's the one that's trying to do. Like Kofi was trying to help out our truth
our
and
truth.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, and Xavier, Woods was talking about that's not our problem and all this other kind of stuff. And then, so I mean, from the get go, it's been Xavier ever since Cross started getting in his head and
Yeah.
and feeding him, all this other kind of stuff. So
Now, Jay,
Oh,
I
I
know
got a
you will have
question.
a
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I know you will have a problem with this, but this could be a situation that could lead all the way up until Royal Rumble, and one of them is going to eliminate each other.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I will. I will
and
have it.
I know.
Well, no, Royal Rumble is what end of
I wouldn't be
January,
mad at that.
so
I wouldn't be mad
I
at that.
wouldn't be mad at that. That's not that
Yeah,
far away.
It needs to be
because
Kofi eliminating Woods.
Woods, yeah, I think
yeah,
so too.
yeah, because I know how long driven this story is going, so it could be kind of irritating, but I can see them like almost getting back on the same page, getting another chance to win the title. Then they lose, and they're just re highlighting things, and then they both enter in the Royal Rumble, and they come face to face, and next thing you know, you got Kofi eliminating Woods and doing the all fair, love is war.
I would be
Yeah.
fine with that.
Okay, all right.
How do y'all feel about like the random arguments that they always catch them having in the background? I think that shit is hilarious.
I
Like
love the
there's somebody
background
doing a
stuff.
backstage interview, and then you'll just see Kofi and Woods just going ham on each other, just arguing.
Hmm.
I mean,
I love it.
I dig the new aspect that WWE is doing. Right, we're getting the security cam footage. We're getting the fan that ran up and caught the video clip of when KO attacked Cody and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like I like the little pieces that they've been added in lately. The new style for the entrance that they've been doing, where you get the backstage and then you get to see them come out through the curtains and stuff like that. Like
They
Yeah.
used to.
there are.
That's old school because they used to do that all the time.
I know, but I'm just saying that
I
there's
missed it. I'm glad they brought it back.
subtle things that they're doing right now that I actually
It's
dig
giving
it. So
it's giving it modern days like sitcom type, you know, shit for us. Like we get to see
yeah,
the behind stuff. You know, like just seeing the stuff that the normal person wouldn't catch. You're like, oh shit, did you see that? Did you see what they're doing in the background? Like, you know, that just brings it pulls in the kayfabe aspect of it, right?
yeah.
Um, but then that runs us into our next topic about spoilers and shit like that. And you know, and I'm gonna just say I got a recent spoiler of somebody a fan who videotaped KO showing Randy Orton his new ride in the midst of their feud. Like this spoiler shit is so fucking irritating. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it's y'all business, y'all content creators and stuff like that. If you really want to do that shit, apply for WWE. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Apply for WWE.
Why
They need
they
writers.
get more views? They get more views spoiling it, man.
They are getting more views, but then
There you
what
go.
you're gonna start seeing is a drastic depression. I mean, I think I'm not even gonna say that their ratings are go down, and it's really because WWE is such a massive company that people are still gonna go to the shows regardless of the fact, you know, because
Yeah, it's
we
not going
live
to affect.
we
It's not going to affect
we
their
live in
ratings.
a we do live in a society where hey, I got to see it for myself, types thing, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling y'all I had to delete X off my phone, so I didn't. So, but then it didn't matter because it got spoiled on YouTube for me.
YouTube, X,
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Instagram's the
everywhere.
one for me. I gotta be careful when I scroll through Instagram because Instagram is where the last one got spoiled for me on. I don't
Yeah.
do Twitter, so I ain't worried about Twitter. But
Just like,
So, so
but
this brings up a good point that I'm glad I thought I probably should have put this in the topic list. We can talk about it now. So um when we talked about how they are going overseas to Europe in March
mhm,
in the lead up to WrestleMania, and I remember you saying that damn yeah they're gonna spoil everything leading up to WrestleMania, but a story came out and it said that they'll be on Netflix at that time. So what they're going to start doing is they will be airing it live on Netflix Raw when they are overseas. So it'll be instead of waiting until 8 p.m. to put the show on and things getting spoiled, they will air it at like noon or 1 p.m. when it's live over there to stop the
yeah,
I told you,
spoiling.
I feel like that was a last minute decision because people keep spoiling it. So they was like, listen, we just gonna have to show it live at 12 noon on Monday while people at work because we can't keep letting these people post up and. But also, I
Yeah.
mean, I get it. Like they're
Especially
on
during
their
the build up to
overseas kick.
WrestleMania,
Yeah,
if you got surprises and shit, you don't want that spoiled.
I think
yeah,
that's the
but
biggest reason why they decide to do it though, because of this WrestleMania, this upcoming WrestleMania, and them spoiling a lot of stuff is going to ruin it. So I mean,
how
it
do
was
you
a good
feel?
move by them.
But how do you feel about, for instance, uh, when I say local, I mean nation, like national type premium live event such as war games, and they pre-tape the shows that's leading up to war games, and it's gonna get spoiled for us. Like it's already
Yeah,
it's already spoiled for me. Like, so you can't really stop it because you know, you could make an announcement and say, hey, you know, we're going into our next show, ladies and gentlemen, please hold your, you know, video photography to a minimum, or please do not
they'll
record this.
never do that.
It's still gonna be a dipshit that's still gonna damn record
Yeah.
the shit.
Hmm.
Listen, the only thing I could tell you is your scroll game need to be as good as mine is, right? Because as soon as I see anything that look like wrestling, I got the like all the way. No, no.
Hit that refresh.
Now because what was I about to say? Yeah, because they're taping episodes now because Triple H is giving all the wrestlers a break before Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So that's why they're
Yeah,
pre-taping a lot of these episodes recently, leading up into War
I
Games.
think it was
And aren't they
it
still
was the
overseas?
22nd.
No, they're not overseas.
Oh, I thought they
Mm-mm.
were still overseas. Okay.
They're just
So
taping it because of the
the
holiday.
22nd, 26th, and 29th are taped.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of,
A
we will
lot of
be
tape
doing
they use.
we're gonna be doing our predictions next week. So,
Is it next week?
because
Is it next week?
now the wasn't it? It's not till the 30th.
Yeah. So why are we doing predictions next week?
Because we're not unless well we can't seem to figure out a day to
Oh,
record.
oh, yeah, because Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
Thanksgiving.
bad.
We
Oops,
gotta, we
I
gotta have.
forgot.
All right. So
Oops.
speaking of war
I was
games,
about to say I'm about to
Tyler,
go back to part time for that one.
the this so the title of this episode 127, is War Games Are Upon Us, and things are starting to shape up. We've got the men's and women's teams have been announced pretty much already. That was and
Hold
then
on. Nah, nah,
we're
nah,
probably
nah,
going to
nah.
get what?
The men's team has not officially been announced.
Well, from what I read, it was.
Well,
Here you go with them spoilers. He about to spoil it. I was
see,
about to say
I'm
you
not
that's
going
what
to
I'm
spoiled
say.
it
I'm
right
saying.
not going to
there.
say anything. I'm not going to
Nah,
say
because
names
it
or anything.
nah, because in the text you made it seem like that you ain't know what the teams are, and I was the one that was like, "Well, I'm not gonna spoil it."
I knew what they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew what they were.
Well, you
But
can text me separate.
looks like we're going to get a traditional War Games match between the Wyatts and Final Testament and the Miz. So it's looking like that. Um,
Yeah, we know
So,
that one. Okay. If
we
so
that's the
knew
one
that
you're
it
talking
was
about, I was like, all right, I knew that.
yeah, we knew that we were going to get, not saying who's going to be on the teams, but we knew we were going to get a 5-on-5 for the men. Um, because Jimmy came and said, "Yo, we need a fifth." Solo on the Friday before that said, "Find four people with you, Roman." So we saw, what we saw on this past Monday was Sammy and Solo both trying to recruit Seth Rollins to their respectful teams. Uh, how'd y'all like how they both made their pitch to Seth?
I don't care for it that they both went after Seth. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of like the same thing they did. Oh, Sammy, let's get Sammy, and then Solo. Oh, our new partner is Sammy. Like it's kind of weak. I think
I
it's a cop out.
I but
That part.
I love Seth Rollins' response to Solo. The fact that he said that I would never team up with Roman Reigns if it isn't to dethrone his ass, but I would never team up with a Roman Reigns wannabe. And that is just the topping on that's it right there. Like that had me just laughing because that is the
Which
truth.
to me is that's real rich coming from Seth. Because when Seth was a heel, I never forget when Shawn Michaels called him a Shawn Michaels wannabe.
True.
I know, right?
Exactly. Foreshadowing.
I
I
still
was
don't
like,
think it's going to
okay.
be. I still don't think it's going to be Rollins anyway as the fifth. So
Oh, we also saw uh Jimmy Uso. Well, in the background shot, we saw Jay trying to recruit Rey Mysterio.
And he
Then
said
we
nah.
yeah,
saw then yeah, Ray don't want that smoke. And then we saw Jimmy run up on Braun Breaker and say, "Yo, you got a sec?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I got a sec."
Hmm.
I would now if Braun Breaker was a face, I would love for him to join the OG bloodline, but he's a heel. Um and he still got beef with Jay, but it would be perfect because we may get Paul Heyman back on Friday, because this Friday is still live, so we may get him back on Friday. But Braun Breaker, he's been wanting to be a Paul Heyman guy. Paul Heyman's been bigging up Braun Breaker for years, so I would love for it to be Braun Breaker, but he's a heel,
But
so
don't
it's not
and
gonna
this is
happen.
the thing. When you look at war games, you what changed the rift of this was last year, right? Because remember, Jay was in War Games with all his ops, except for Cody and Sammy. Like he was on teams with KO and Randy, along with
They were
Yeah.
faces at the
Sammy.
time.
Right, and remember Jay was like damn near scared when Cody announced that Randy was going to be on their team. So, having an op
I
on the
forgot. I
team,
had forgot that they. I forgot that they fought the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. So having an op isn't always, saying that it can never happen, but
See, that's who my pick is for solo now.
Braun,
I think it still might be no Drew McIntyre.
uh,
Well, Drew
um,
McIntyre, he had like family issues that he was dealing with. So besides selling the Hell in a Cell match, he's been dealing with some family stuff. So that's why he's been gone. I honestly don't think we're gonna get him
But I
back for the
mean,
Rumble.
I was gonna say, but don't mean that he won't be back in time for War Games. I mean, we'll see. But I'm just thinking, like,
That would
because
just be
I feel like
so.
the
That
way
would just
that
that would be random as hell.
I just I just think the way that this storyline is going and the way that it doesn't make sense to get somebody random as a fifth member that has no clue or nothing to do with anything previously with the war. You know what I mean? With like with the bloodline. I feel
I
like
mean, the
if
only
he's
one,
going to
like I said
be,
in the chat, the only ones that really made sense was Cody and KO because they had beef with each other. They've been in the bloodline storylines before. Solo,
that
even
is
though
true.
Solo and them have jumped Randy and KO, he could still make a deal. It's like, look, I know we had problems, but you had bigger issues with Roman. You
I
know what
would
I'm saying?
say
Yeah,
I was saying like if Cody did join the OG bloodline, then KO would join Solo just to get
Oh
at
yeah,
Cody and Roman. That'd be a
yeah.
yeah,
no brainer.
exactly.
Kill two birds
But
with one stone.
I'm gonna still go with my theory because I didn't see no spoilers, so y'all probably already know who it is. But I ain't worried about it. I'm still gonna say Brock Lesnar.
And
That
see,
would
I
be
said that a
dope.
long
And
time ago. I
and the
said
only
that a long
reason why I
time
say
ago.
Brock and the only reason why I say Brock Lesnar is because I feel like in order to go to War Games, we got to get Paul Heyman back, right? You
Hmm.
got the whole bloodline back together except for Paul Heyman, and then
Hmm.
you need a fifth. And then the only reason why I feel like it fits the narrative is because the Bloodline 2.0 took out Paul Heyman, and who's the ultimate Paul Heyman guy to come back and get revenge for Paul Heyman? You know what I'm saying? Brock
And you
Lesnar.
gotta and you gotta also think like the last time Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns was in the same ring, he didn't attack Roman. He attacked Cody, right?
True,
Yeah.
So,
true.
it's not like their beef is over. That
Yeah,
shit is demised. So, like that theory, it resonates. I've been calling that for a while. Like even when I thought the first partner that Roman could have when he was going against Solo and
yeah.
Jacob, that
We always
Brock
thinking Brock.
Lesnar. Yeah. But then
Now
they
I've
want me to
been
do this
seeing,
magic story with Cody.
I've been seeing people say this. What if uh what if Sammy is swerving us and he really is on Team Solo?
I mean, I was thinking that too. There's just too many hints that have been going around that he could be swerving the bloodline, but then that means that you're turning Sami Zayn heel, and I just don't see Sammy and KO being heel at the same time. I know it's two different.
Mm.
I know it's two different shows, two different yada yada this and that, but I don't know, man. I just it would definitely be a curveball. I mean,
Yeah,
I fuck
it
with it
would.
if it did happen.
Because we haven't
Like
had
he
It
one of
could
like
still
those
he
in
happen.
War Games.
he accidentally hits Roman again with a kick.
But we haven't had
I
a
mean,
we haven't had a team switch, somebody switch up in a War Games yet.
Nope, not
no, we
yet.
haven't.
The last
This
time
could be
that
the
we had
first one.
somebody switch up was in the traditional 5-on-5. And that's when the Big Show, I think, turned around and punt
Yeah, but that wasn't Survivor Series. That was the brand war thing that they had when it was Raw versus SmackDown.
that was still Survivor Series.
Was it at Survivor Series?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I thought
still
it was at
Survivor
like
Series.
bragging rights or something like that was what they called it. I
You
think.
know what? You might be right. It might have
Yeah, I
been
think it was
bragging
like
rights,
bragging
but
rights. Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's when they had that pay per view.
And then the last
But
kind
it
of
was like a traditional Survivor Series
yeah.
match. So I get
So
what you're saying.
I got a question. Do y'all miss the traditional or do you prefer war games?
I like war games,
I
but
like war games.
I think there's a world where you can have both.
Okay, because I had seen a posting where somebody had said, you know, how they were against war games, and they said because the stint that Dolph Ziggler had made for Survivor Series when it was like John Cena's team versus the Authority, it was like you would never get that again with War Games, where pretty much he would like everybody got taken out and he took out the whole Authority by himself
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. That was great. That's still one
for
of the
the
best.
time. Yeah,
One of the,
for
no, I'm
that
still
time.
putting. I'll put that. Still is one of the best. That's one of the best Survivor Series. Top
It's
five, top
it's
three, if
one of my
not right.
favorites just because Sting came debuted.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But the problem is that what happened was after that, for years they went still because you got Raw versus SmackDown in Survivor Series, and
And then
then
you did.
that's what kind of destroyed it. So
Mm-hmm.
and we knew he's getting the same thing over. And then they added NXT, and everybody was excited because they was like, "Oh, this okay, this is good." Because when we got the Keith Lee versus
Roman,
Roman, and it was such a good thing. And then they didn't do it again next year. They went back to Raw versus SmackDown, and we was like,
Right.
this is whack."
they
Yeah.
did that
So
big
they
ass celebration on NXT after they won War Games, and that was it.
exactly, and that was
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think at some point we are going to get back to a traditional Survivor Series, you know what I mean, match. But right now, War Games is where it's at. So,
Shit, I say fucking introduce NXT in the fucking War Games, man.
They don't
I
have
mean, we was calling for
I
War
mean,
Games for
that's
how
not
many
true.
years before War
I'm
Games
about to
finally
say
came out?
you could have
You could have Trick. You
Tony
could
D and the
nah
family in one.
nah. You could have Trick, Obafemi, Tony D, Wesley, and
Javon.
somebody else, and Javon on Team NXT versus whoever, and you could still do like a War Games. Just have a damn third cage. Maybe that's just too many bodies in the ring at the same time, but shit, I like
It
melees.
might be.
I like catastrophes.
I
That's
do
really
like
some
free for alls.
WCW shit. That's really some WCW
I
shit.
like
Three cages.
catastrophes. Hell yeah, bring in the damn three stages of hell. Bring that back.
Oh my god!
So
I,
this
I
is the fourth subscriber question, and it actually goes to what we're talking about. Um, I might change up this question. I'm gonna read it what it is, but then we can switch it up. It said, if The Rock comes back, which bloodline would he side with? I mean, we already know that,
I don't think he
or do
signed with
we?
any.
Or do we?
I don't think he signed with any. I think that this is what I think is going to happen. Right at some point, because Sami Zayn, after this match, you got to take Sammy away, right? I feel like the Sammy factor, he's gonna be gone. He won't be really doing any bloodline stuff anymore.
right.
I kind of feel like at some point they're going to turn on
Solo.
Solo,
Hmm.
and I feel like at some point Solo's going to end up back with his brothers and
Hmm.
Roman.
They're they're gonna have
Whenever that happens, that's when you're going to get the Rock that's going to come in, and then uh Tamatanga, Tungaloa, and Jacob, and all of them, that's when they're going to side with The Rock. That's when The
hmm
Rock's going to come in with his grand scheme that he sent them here to run rampant and to support. I was about to say also Solo, but Solo hasn't been winning. He's been
hmm
losing.
hmm
So it was time for him to come back and make a change in the final boss. And that's what I kind of feel like.
So yeah, True said the same thing as you. So we still have elimination chamber. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think Roman or Solo are gonna be in that. I think that they're gonna have um what do they call it? A tribal combat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tribal combat.
I think that's the next stage that we go with Roman and Solo is tribal combat, right? For the Ula Fala and the rights to be the main tribal chief. And then I feel like within that, Roman is pretty much about to get it. Boom. I feel like that the Solo and the Tongans are gonna help Solo, but then they're gonna turn on Solo as well, and then that's when we get the Rock. And I feel like Jacob is gonna bring the Rock to Ulafala.
Hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
we're
the problem
definitely
is that
they're definitely Jacob's definitely turning on Solo. It's just a matter of time.
yeah.
yeah. He says
But
too
also
damn
the
much. He
other
love he loves Solo. He just
yeah.
made a post today. I love what a good morning. I love you, Solo. I'm like, all right, man. Enough with the Diddy post. Like for real.
The other issue that I have is just that if the Rock is coming back and the Rock is going to be at WrestleMania, man, they're doing a good job of keeping that shit under wraps.
Yeah, they really are.
I was
Cause
just thinking to
they
myself, if Brock was the fifth man for the OG bloodline, then it would make sense for the Rock to be the fifth of the new bloodline.
yeah,
Because
Yeah,
you don't have anybody else with that kind of star power to combat Brock joining the OGs.
true,
that is true. That is
true.
true. But you got to think about it.
Uh,
The War Games is going to be meant for Bloodline 2.0 to lose.
Hmm.
So
okay, and let me see here. So speaking of war games, um, because we already know we're having the men and the women's. Still trying to figure out the teams. We got the pre going to have the Wyatts versus Final Testament and the Miz. Going to have Gunther versus Priest. Um, maybe on Friday we'll see if they're going to do if Braun Breaker or LA Knight will be defending their titles at War Games. Because it's only a 5 match card, and if two of them are War Games matches, that's three. That's three that's left, and then
well,
you got a
technically you
title. Then
got
you got the
three
men's
because
title match.
we know one of those War Game matches is going to be a women's match.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so you
So
got two of
you
those.
got the Wyatts, you got the Bloodline, and then however they set it up with the women's War Game match.
Hmm.
So that's three matches right there. So you're talking about just two more that can only really be added to the card.
And you already got Gunther and Priest, so that's 4 matches.
Oh yeah, so it's only one more match. So I don't see it being a mid card
And
match. I
Naya's
just
already defending her title on Friday, so she probably won't have a War Games match.
yeah.
Um, so I mean, you technically
Oh
you
shit.
technically could you technically could finagle a way to get a mid card title match in there.
Nah, because it.
Nah, Cody's not going to
So
have a match. Truth,
how do you know?
Cody's they reports came out that said Cody's not going to be at Survivor Series, but that
Oh,
could
okay.
change.
Well,
Yeah,
the mid card for
He's gonna
Raw
be
has
there. He's
already
just not wrestling.
yeah.
the mid card for Raw has already been spoiled. I will not leak that information, so you can still watch this without hearing a spoiler alert.
JD go looking for
Um,
the spoilers.
Nah, man, I really don't be looking for it, and I just come across like, oh my gosh, and it took me like 2 seconds. I'm like, oh damn, that just, it didn't ruin it, but I was like, damn, I'm still watch it though because I'm a real life fan.
You
Um,
gotta see how they get there.
yeah, gotta see how we got there. So, um, let's see, what else is there? Because the Street Profits are fighting on SmackDown this Friday, so.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, speaking
so
of the Street Profits, let's talk about this real quick. How y'all feel about that promo that Montez Ford cut?
I mean, it was pretty much on some shit that we've heard so many times. If this is our last, if we don't win this, we're gonna have to go a different direction, and that direction is definitely a split.
He
They always
subbed
say
It's
it's
time.
Bobby Lashley. He subbed Bobby Lashley.
oh yeah, he really did.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely time. It's time for the profits to break up.
You know, I've been calling
Yeah.
for the Montez Ford solo run for a
Yeah.
minute.
The
But that's
only
the
problem
thing.
that I see is that if the Street Profits break up, I think Dawkins. I don't think he's gonna be in the company for too long.
Dawkins has to go to a different brand. He can't stay on. They can't stay on the
I
same
don't even.
brand.
I don't even see him go to a different brand. Honestly, I see him being I, getting that Baron Corbin treatment.
Mm. Who's not with
Well,
WWE anymore?
well, he could end up having a small little solo run and then end up making another tag team. They normally do that with the lesser of the two. They tend to do that.
I mean, they
Mm,
probably try it, but
And I'm
I
only
don't think
saying,
it's
I'm
gonna
not even
work.
trying to disrespect Dawkins like that because he has got better in the ring. He
I'm
didn't
not.
drop the weight.
I'm not
Uh,
either. I'm
but
not
out of
either.
those
But it's
two,
just.
we know who the mega star is out of those two.
yeah,
I'm just
and
saying.
honestly,
It's just fact.
I could see Dawkins be like, you know what, I'm not gonna get disrespected. Like, send me back to NXT. Let me go on a solo run with NXT, make some noise down there, because I feel like that he could be impact in NXT. I just don't think he'll be an impact on Raw or SmackDown.
Nah, I don't think he will either.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you, Montez Ford solo run is going to cook.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on some shit
Oh,
like he gonna be on some like Kofi type shit when Kofi was like really starting to escalate like by himself. Yeah,
Dawkins seems more like a U.S. champion, and Tez seems like an IC champ.
if you say
I could
so.
see Tez as a world heavyweight champion.
I'm saying for the mid card titles because the
Oh
IC
yeah,
title is more regarded in history. I can see Tez winning, being an IC champ, and then eventually leading him to go to a main championship.
true.
I can see Dawkins if they split Dawkins, he's going to be one of those guys that just stays in the mid card. He'll
Let
fight
me
for the
tell you
title here
something.
and there.
That U.S. title ain't meant shit since damn Rusev held it.
Nah, man, when Logan had it, it was lit.
When Logan had it
Nah,
was lit.
fuck that
I give
shit.
you that.
It was just because
LA Knight's the
it
one that
wasn't
ain't
even
doing shit
lit.
with it.
It was just because Logan is Logan.
Yeah, he made the
It was
title.
it was it was entertaining. It was definitely entertaining.
Like I
Yeah,
love Andrade and I like his new character, but I don't want to see him with it. I want to see Mello with it.
because Andrade gives you that uh Alberto Del Rio effect holding that title.
Yeah, he does the C, all that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but y'all got anything else y'all want to touch on before we get out of here?
Nah, it's just gonna be interesting, man. This war game. Everything's gonna be interesting. This 5 card, this 5 match card. The way that this is going, we'll see. We'll see how this is. I think some of these matches are gonna be long and drawn out.
Oh. So how do y'all feel about this WWE ID real quick?
WWE ID.
Go into some more detail. I saw something about that, but I didn't really read the story.
Read the story
JD,
about what?
WEID, whatever.
Oh, well, I seen a recent clip when Booker T went to one of the indie shows and presented a dude who actually favored him, by the way, with one of the WWEID contracts. And they had to hit a promo and stuff like that. So do you feel like their search of indie superstars is going to be like relevant for them, or do you think it's like a waste of time? Because this also comes into play when they were looking at like professional talent and like Olympic stars and stuff like that. Do you think that they knew that going for actual professional athletes to come to WWE was a flop as opposed to actually finding people who already are wrestlers?
Well, I don't
and
think it's a
just
flop because
developing
I'll
them.
say that they've been doing that with, think about it, all the WWE superstars that are ex UFC fighters or martial arts fighters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um, they have a niche
but
that
I'm
they're
talking about
looking
like
for.
Gable, just throwing out Gable Stevenson, right? That was a flop,
Yeah,
right?
that was a big flop.
So
Yeah,
I think, yeah, that was a flop. So like Tiffany Stratton's last group to hit the performance center, I think that was the last stint of professional athletes who did like gymnastics and cheerleading and football and stuff like that. Those that was like the last stint. And then I feel like, to me it seems like that, okay, let's go a different direction. Let's go actually get people who've been wrestling for 5+ years and just
Well,
develop
don't they
them, who
have that?
actually, let's watch them,
Don't they
they
have that
actually
deal?
are pretty damn good.
Don't don't they have that deal with Japan for up and coming wrestlers?
um,
Yeah,
I don't know.
they do
Yeah,
have a deal with Japan, but I think, but they do have a deal with Japan, but now it's like, maybe I don't even know if it's necessary. Like if it's just for NXT with the WWE ID, I think it's just more like, hey, we're about to start going to a high performance streaming network. Like we can definitely develop a whole bunch more. Like a Tough Enough 2.0 will be stream worthy on Netflix. Not,
they
but
actually
not
did
call it
another
Tough
tough
Enough.
enough on the network. But to
They
answer your
did.
question, I think, yeah, I believe they did do another tough enough on the Peacock network. But um, I kind of like the fact that they're going to more indies and stuff like that, right? You're always going to find a diamond in the rough
Hmm.
going through the indie way, right? But I don't think that they're ever going to give up on the other routes that they normally go to, right? Because
Okay.
they found a shit ton of stars going through other avenues, right? Perfect
Right.
example.
Hmm.
What's old girl that wrestles with Katana in the the tag team women's? Uh,
Oh yeah, Carter.
Carter.
No,
I mean,
Chance. No,
that
Chance. Yeah, the
is
white
it.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the girl from American Ninja
Oh,
Warrior. The
yeah.
True.
the one that the shortest girl that ran up the warp wall. I mean, she got her
Yeah.
success from being the first woman up it and all this. So I mean, and look at her. I think she's having a great career as a wrestler.
Hmm.
Um, Gable, I think Gable, you can't judge him because you just can never judge somebody's mental, right? And
Hmm.
the constant failing the or violating the whatever protocol that they have and all the other kind of shit. I'm not gonna get into it, but
Hmm.
I'm just saying, not everybody's gonna be a home run. But
Right.
I look at, Shayna Baszler is a home run in my opinion. He coming from the
Hmm.
UFC. Ronda was a home run coming from the UFC for the short time that she was there. Like they're going to continue to always pull, because to
Shit.
me, an
I think
athlete
Lola
can
Vice is a
do
home run in NXT coming from MMA.
Hmm.
exactly. Look at Tiff. Look at Tiff is she no former wrestling background before she came in and stuff like that. You know to say you got all these
Jada Parker's a
bodybuilders and
soccer player from college.
exactly. And even Bianca, who did track and
She
all
ran
the other
track.
kind
She
of
ran
stuff.
track and a
Yeah.
And
bodybuilder.
So
Yep. And
and
Lash was a
bodybuild.
basketball
Yeah.
player.
And so was
That's
Jade.
what I'm saying. To
No, I
me,
get
it's
it.
an athlete is an athlete is an athlete, right? No matter what.
Hmm.
If you give an athlete good enough training and they really want it, okay. Cain Velasquez, listen, we ain't gonna talk about Cain Velasquez. the the fact that you even brought Cain Velasquez in this conversation is diabolical. All right, we're not gonna talk
That's when
about
we know that. That's when we know the show is coming to a close. When we get diabolical questions like that.
Cain Velasquez was a disaster when he was in the UFC.
He was
So
literally just there
we
for the Brock feud.
exactly that's all it was. But I mean, I'm cool with the indies. I'm fine with the indies. I just don't want to see them pull these people out of the indie circuit, bring them on the NXT, and then they don't do nothing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna give somebody an opportunity, give them a legit shot. Set them up for success. That's all I'm gonna say.
So before we get out of here, I was talking about watching SmackDown on Friday. You know what else is Friday? Is Mike Tyson
Yeah,
versus
the
Jake
Tyson
Paul.
fight.
They said Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul during their weigh-in today.
Jake Paul was betting people houses and $1 million. The other people on the fight card, houses and $1 million at the press conference that he's going to knock out Tyson. Listen, I know this is a wrestling podcast and we're going to keep it a wrestling podcast, but all I'm going to say is that if
It's an
Jake Paul
affiliation.
wins, if Jake Paul wins, it's because that shit was rigged. That's all
It's
I'm
not
going to
because
say.
Mike Tyson is almost
Yeah.
60 years old.
No, no. It's because Mike Tyson decided
No,
to take a dive.
because
That's
even
all I'm
Roy
saying.
Jones said that.
He ain't
Roy
gonna fight him
Jones
again. He
even
said I ain't
said
doing it
in their
again.
exhibition match that it took one. Yeah, he said it took one body shot to know that this motherfucker is serious.
I'm just trying to figure out
They
why y'all
asked
niggas
him
just refuse to put respect
Like
on Jake's name. That shit is crazy.
because he hasn't. Oh my God! Never mind. We can go in there. Listen.
he has
Jake and Logan.
has
Jake
he
and
fought a
Logan are
boxer
athletes.
boxer?
Yeah, he lost
No,
to Tyson Fury's brother.
no.
Bro.
That's a boxer.
I mean, yeah, no. He's the closest he came to like an actual boxer, and like he said, he lost. But yeah, no, Roy Jones is definitely like, oh hell no. When they did that interview with Roy Jones after the fight, and he said once he took that body shot, and they was like, so would you do it again? Would you do a rematch? And I gotta check with the fam to see. You already know, motherfucker don't want no smoke. Whenever let me check with the fam. That's listen when you don't want to go out when your boys call you, be like, yo, we going here, we going. Man, let me check with the wife and see what she got going on. You already know you're not coming. You know you're
Yep.
not coming out.
Let's see
Yep.
what she got
So
going on.
I mean, you can't knock Jake Paul for what he's doing though, right?
No,
He's making
absolutely
money.
not.
He's getting paid. He's getting paid. He puts in the work. I'm not going to knock his work ethic and how he's been training for this fight and everything like that. But I don't care if we got. I mean, one, he ain't fucking with prime Mike Tyson. But even Mike Tyson, did you see the videos with Mike Tyson training and his trainer?
Yes. Yes.
Did y'all
That's
see
what
the
I'm about to
videos?
say.
There's no way. There's no
He's
way you can
training
tell me
like
that.
he's freaking 25 years old. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
So
Speaking of the Paul brothers, uh, Logan said he want to be full time here in a minute because it's the reason he
I'll see
said
why not.
a lot of people are saying the reason why he keeps getting hurt is because he doesn't do it consistently enough. That's why he's always getting hurt after his matches.
I
He's
would
always
have to
tearing
agree with that.
something, breaking something.
But I do 100%. I would love to see Logan back full time.
yeah.
Uh,
He just had a kid,
Logan's
so that's why
exciting.
he's still taking a. That's why he's still taking a break because he just had a kid.
I know. I'm just saying though, Logan's exciting to me. I don't care what anybody say. They booed. You can boo the crap out of him all you
I
want.
fucks with Logan. I like
He
Logan.
he put on he put on some damn good matches. So
He did. He did.
That spot with him and
I'll
Ricochet is
take it.
still one of the hardest sequences I've ever seen.
Yeah, that
Shit, him when he
clothesline.
caught Rey Mysterio
Yeah,
for falling on the
when he
step.
when he saved Rey
Yep.
Mysterio's life.
Yep.
I mean the freaking camera and the flip off the top rope onto the table with the camera. Like, come on, man. They gotta give Logan his spots, his crown and his flowers for what he's
He
been
gave
doing
Roman
in such a short time.
one of the most memorable matches during Roman's reign
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
at Crown Jewel. But all right, y'all. I believe that's it. We'll go ahead and sign out.
Hey, I do
Check
it. I do it I do intros. I don't do outros.
Check everybody check the crawler at the bottom. This is all of our uh social media names and where you can find us at.
Look,
So
look, man. If you really a fan, you know where to find us at, man. We've been saying this for 3 years now. You already know who it is. It's OTR, Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is OTR Mic Drop.
Hey, this is OTR Rant J.
and this is OTR Trey, aka Thursday Night Trey. But yeah, we are this is episode 127. Uh we'll catch y'all next week and
Like,
subscribe.
it's
Like,
like,
comment,
follow,
subscribe. Like,
follow,
comment, subscribe.
And
follow.
follow us, subscribers, and follow us on IG because we like to because we drop little things on there when next time we're going live. Make sure that when you do subscribe to us, make sure you hit the bell notification so that it automatically pops up when we're going live. So that way, in case you forget, it will just automatically pop up for you. But all right, y'all, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.